Lurch is the male, and he's on the far left side, and Daisy, the female, is on that center perch. Lurch was caught out of the wild, and he was almost 50 years old. Daisy was hatched and hand-raised in another zoo, and she's around 30 years old. These birds are part of a captive breeding program, which allows us to release chicks that they raise together back into South America. These birds are the second largest flighted birds in the world, with a 10 to 10.5 foot wingspan. The only bird with a larger wingspan is the albatross, which has up to a 12-foot wingspan, but a smaller body size than these guys. These birds are native to the full range of the Andes Mountains in South America. Learn! Come here! As you can see, these birds are sexually dimorphic, which means the males and the females look different from each other. As you can see, Lurch has that crest or caruncle on the top of his nose and that wattle that hangs down under his neck. Those are both features that only the male has. And the female is completely smooth on their head, but they have different colored eyes. His are kind of a blue-brown color, and hers are very red. Come here, Lurch.
Did you take it when I opened it?
That's a little guinea pig.
Oh, yeah.
It's a guinea pig. But some little
I don't think I want to see it.
You probably don't want to watch this, but I'm recorded.
Okay, as you can see, he's using his foot to hold that guinea pig down. That's actually one of the main ways that these guys are different from raptors. These birds are only a scavenger, so they only eat things that are already dead. We call them nature's garbage men for that reason. As opposed to an eagle or an owl that kills stuff with its feet, swoops down and picks stuff up and kills it. These guys don't have the ability to grip with their feet. They're purely flat-footed, so they only can use it to hold their prey down. And as you can see, they're also bald on their head and their feet. Does anybody have a guess? What do you think they might be bald? If you stuck your head in a carcass for a living, a full head of feathers would not really benefit you very much because it would just collect all that flesh, right? So being bald, it actually allows them to stay cleaner. When they're done eating, he'll actually go around the exhibit and wipe his face on all the surfaces, on the rocks and the dirt and the leaves and the grass, and he's getting all of that flesh off of his skin that might be left there. These birds can actually prevent the spread of diseases like anthrax and botulism by scavenging on the carcasses that they eat because it prevents other animals from them being exposed to that bacteria that's left there.
Daddy.
Condor spaghetti.
They just eat the inside.
They will eat small pieces of the bone and the fur. That's actually important that we feed them small prey items with bones in it because the female will actually break them down and help take the calcium out to help form her eggs when she's egg laying. And the fur actually acts like a fiber, and it'll clean their crop out, and they'll cast it up in a pellet like an owl or a raptor would.
Daddy. Daddy. Dad.
Does anybody have a guess how much you think these birds might weigh? Guesses are free on Sundays. How much?
160?
160. Guesses?
About 100.
100. 80. 150.
200.
Okay, y'all all wrong. Fail. That's actually pretty average guess-wise because people think of a mammal that might be this size, but these are birds, right? They have to be able to fly. So birds have bones that are essentially hollow as opposed to our dense mammal bones, and feathers really don't weigh very much. So on average, these guys weigh somewhere around 20 pounds.
Wow.
That's it. They're all, if you imagine most birds, since they have to be able to fly, they're almost like one big air pocket. It's one big lung on the inside. So they don't have a lot of heavy, they don't have teeth like we do. Teeth weigh a lot. They